Hello and welcome to another Tuesday night. This is the Parra Leagues Talking Parra live show. First of all, thank you to our sponsors, Time for a Chat, ZMS Trophies, Bay Vista, Eurowork, Tate Sports Cards, Non-Stop Landscapes, Wink Media, X-Visory, Spot On Hose and Fittings, Tony Mustafa Mortgage Choice, JD's Buyers Agents, and Riverside Brewing Co. And of course, BMA Trucking as well. And our major sponsor, Parra Leagues. Well, it's another Tuesday night, as we said. 3 shows to go now, 2 games to go, and a win on Saturday night has got us all feeling wonderful. We're all pretty keen to talk about some Parramatta Eels. I'll bring everyone straight in, including Jez, because I don't know where Jason is. Has Jason come yet? Jason's not here. Jason's missing, guys. Jason,
MIA. We can replace Jason. Fucking refs. It was the refs' fault we didn't win by 50.
Oh. Yeah, that's a pretty easy fix, actually. Jez is there. Jez is just going to stand in and just talk Parramatta for a while until Jason turns up, because if not, it's going to oddly throw me off and I won't handle it with the notifications there. So, anyway.
A line, Longy. That's what I was going to say. You took it off me. That was my moment.
Sorry, you can do it again. Maybe we can see who does it better.
Fucking referees. We needed more penalties. We should have got 60. Fuck the Chooks.
Anyway, let's just get to it first of all, because obviously everyone is sharing it. We do have a $50 Leagues Club voucher to give away. So share this, comment, share, Jez will star it, and then we'll go from there and draw it at the end of the night as well. We are actually going live on Instagram tonight as well, which is huge for us. I don't think the comment's going to come up. It says can't post comments to some destinations, learn more. So Instagram, I have no idea how to do this. First time running it, so hopefully it works. But I can see on the Instagram that you are joining us, so welcome. Happy to have you on board over there in the Instagram world. Apparently Hayden's watching as well. Welcome, Hayden. You're watching on Instagram. It says you're fucking very. You're
wow. Yeah, I popped on, mate.
Everywhere.
Yeah, look at him.
Popped on or popped off?
Reporter? No, popped off tonight, mate.
Yeah. Oh, now Longy's there as well. It's all like he's like to create distractions, don't you? All right, let's get straight into it tonight. We're not here to fuck spiders. Look, obviously it was a pretty good night on Saturday night. I wanted to address Jason, so it's kind of thrown me off at the start because he's not here. But Jason almost nailed the most unlikely multi. This was his multi. So Tedesco anytime, Josh McCarthy, Parra 1-12. So I'm sitting there cheering on the Roosters in the last, 6-7 minutes, just going, come on, score a try, like when we're ahead by 16, really cheering them on. And someone's going, what are you doing? Why are you supporting the Roosters? Because obviously, like, I've got confidence in you guys, even though Jack's a massive disappointment. I've got confidence in you guys and girls. I've rid with Taylor this week as well with her multi. And I back it up. I put my own money on it and I ride it with you. So I was riding it with Jason for $1,200, and unfortunately I was let down. And I'm never a 1-12 backer, always back 13 plus, but I just didn't do it. And I'm pretty disappointed in myself for that. But let's get to the actual game. Like I said, it was a 30-10 points to win to the Parramatta Eels. Some are saying it's our best performance, our best complete performance since 2022 in that grand final run, which is probably a fair indication. We started to see, I guess, not the full Riles evolution come into force, but we certainly did look a lot better. As we know, it's been slowly building. And look, we could have some downs before we have some ups, but it was fantastic to see our backline working so well on the weekend as well. It was one of the things we criticised the week before, but I guess getting the ball through the hands, both halves playing perfectly straight, both knowing when to run the ball, when to give early ball. Iongi as well playing perfectly straight. It was a dominant performance. Your thoughts on performance, Longy?
Yeah, it was great. So last week after South Sydney, we talked about the lack of physicality after the first 20 minutes. And we said on this show, hopefully they go watch the footage and they come out this week and they've learned the lesson. Well, bloody hell, they learned the lesson, didn't they? So physical. We beat the absolute shit out of the Roosters in this one. I'm swearing a bit more for Jace's absence, by the way. But we beat them up and they were afraid to run the ball by the end. They dropped the ball, I think it was 22 times in that game. So, yeah, we just intimidated them out of that game. We were so physical in attack and in defense, and it was never in doubt, was it?
No, it wasn't. Like I said, we never kind of looked like losing that game after rushing off to that 10-0 lead. Your thoughts, Drew?
Yeah, look, I think, as you said, it was a pretty dominant performance. And the thing I liked was all the competitiveness for the ball. Like, the ball was never dead to Parramatta. We saw that in a couple of tries with 3 players chasing the ball into the in-goal. Riley Smith with his kick pressure. Junior Parlo with there was a set there that he made 2 tackles in a row. just rushing up into team. That was a big thing. Roosters couldn't handle it, made too many handling errors, and Parramatta scored some absolute crackers of tries.
Yeah, for sure. That's perfect. You spoke so much sense. So what's doing with the hat, Troy?
Oh, look, I thought I'd just get on board with the young folk like Jack there and try and look a little bit funky, I am the oldest one here, I think. So, just trying to look a bit, cool, I guess.
Hello, fellow kids.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Straight up. Hayden, mate, Saturday night's performance, 30-10 win. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely amazing. As you said, the best football we've played in a number of years, probably since I think that Townsville game where I fainted to remind everyone for the 90th time, which is Adam's favourite thing to hear. But yeah, everyone did their job. Parramatta of old, throwing the ball around, not just playing conservative footy, but just making sure the job get done, throwing the ball around, taking those risks, those new plays. So many great moments that, you know what, every week you ask for the moment of the match, and I just can't come up with one. But for this game, there's just 60 to choose from. It was our best win in a number of years, and I really didn't expect that type of performance. And I hope we can back it up. I hope we can see some consistency, because some of the young blokes, even Charlie Guymer's little kick, there was just so many great moments there.
Yeah, for sure. Taylor?
I was going to say Mitchell Moses masterclass, but honestly, it was a Parramatta masterclass. It was so good. I had no expectations going to the game, but I did really thought we'd lose. And then it's just so good to see another team absolutely drop the ball, make all those errors instead of Parramatta for once. It was such a good game.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, did who change Jez's comment? Jez, did you change Troy's comment, or was that him himself? Okay, cool. I was got a message sent to about 3 people about Troy's comment. Loves a rooster roll after a win. Yeah, you're right, Taylor. It was
F from a rooster.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's not even denying it. He's just like, yeah, I've had 6 of them this week. I guess one of the most impressive things was, and when we did our man of the match as well, it was hard to pick a winner. And looking through those stats as well, which we'll get to later, it was pretty hard to obviously, you could see how spread out it was across the park. And it's even defensively, like it shows how well we're defending. Andrew's on fire. I must have knocked some fucking sense into him on the weekends. He's on fire tonight. He's funny enough, he's not targeted me. So yeah, anyway. Moving on from that. Jack, we'll go. Actually, we'll go to Jess first, because we've got to
I didn't want an opinion on the game.
Yeah, we've got to respect Jess here, because his team's lost 7 in a row, and he's having to sit here talk about Parramatta. He's been thrown in the deep end last minute just to look pretty, because we don't know where the fuck he's
gone now too.
Yeah, are you feeling like they're talking about this positivity and wins?
Adamo, who? That's my tagline. So who cares about that? I want to talk about Parramatta. Actually, watching it as a non-biased fan, I thought Parramatta had about 30 to 40% more energy than the Roosters. So their intensity was through the roof. It was really impressive to watch. And it left me sitting there going, where the bloody hell was this all year? And how are you so far down on the ladder when you have this capability? So coming from someone whose team absolutely sucks, the potential is there for Parramatta. So positive signs for the future.
Don't you get us excited like that? Because like my father said this to me today. He said like the hype's there. We're all so keen for next year, and then you watch it be another Parramatta flop. When we're so keen, we're so excited. This is, but hopefully not. It's looking promising. It's all come together. We've had a shitload of injuries this year, and our poor NLW girls have been copping those injuries as well. So I don't know who walked under a ladder, whether it was Mark or Jim or someone, but someone walked under the ladder to cause this luck, because it's been nowhere. Jack, we'll come to you now, young fella, with your hat backwards as well.
Yeah, thanks. I actually put my hat backwards because Troy did it, and I was just so amazed with how good he looked. I thought I'd just jumpsuit.
Thanks,
but
Jack.
It was good. It was like watching us in 22, where we just absolutely batter the opposition in defense and then just run rings around them and attack. I love nothing more than watching Moses score a super duper sexy try involving a kick against Roosters where he can outrun Tedesco. He's done it a few times now, and I love it even more. It's just good because, like, in honesty, with respect, fuck the Roosters. No one likes them. And it's always good to put a score past them.
Yeah, he's right. He's actually right. It is always great to be the Roosters. And you make an interesting point there about Mitchell Moses, well, he always seems to have a good game against Tedesco. I'm getting some messages too about Instagram and not being able to join in the comments and stuff. I have no fucking idea how it works. I just saw it was a new feature, so I added it, and it was an absolute screw around. So if you're on Instagram and you've got the face of the book, or as young people like Troy call it,
The face of the book.
you like young people like Troy call it the book, or the face, or facey. Is that what you call it, Troy? Facey?
Facey. Yeah.
I've put the link in one of our stories. So click on the link, come across to Facebook, or you can go to YouTube. I never post that link. Ask Andrew Backhouse how to do it, and he'll join in there. So, then you can join in the comments, get your comments featured if they're worthy of getting featured. That is, we're not worthy here. And someone look for Jason, please. If anyone's seen Jason Plessy, let him know we miss him and we love him. We always got that one mate that gets a girlfriend and just disappears, eh? And
the worst, eh?
Yeah, it's like. He was here. He was so keen. He was so excited, and he's just gone. It's just
That mean he's given up on the season now. Like he's just like.
Well, I know because he's going to New Zealand with me on the weekend. I feel like he's like date night. He's been conned into date night or something. But anyway, let's move on from that. Let's talk about our player of the match. Like I said, it was a very hard one to pick, and I think before I even got a vote, using kind of majority rules and gone Mitchell Moses. I said he definitely stands up against James Tedesco. There's something about it. It's like when he plays Luke Brooks as well, or just plays the Tigers in general. Obviously, Brooks isn't the Tigers anymore, but 16 runs, 91 run meters, 1 try, 595 kick meters is huge, and 14 tackles. But it was just his general involvement and his energy. Like, the energy started there. Like, we know Joe Ash is obviously going to be the ultimate hype man. Riley as well, leading the way after getting cleaned up early. But, he just led the way. It was a perfect captain's knock, and it's really what we've been missing. Your thoughts on his performance, Hayden?
Well, I thought Mitchell's performance was amazing, and I gave him man of the match as well. But I want to give an honourable mention to Dylan Walker, who wound back the clock in a milestone game. That kick, his defence, just so many great moments from him. But it was Mitch who, didn't have the best of games against the Rabbitohs just a week ago, but really backed it up here. He's put some great performances in this year, and that was one of those performances, the leadership. And as I said, there's so many great moments to speak about, and a couple of those moments involve Mitch. I think that kick that James Tedesco missed and bounced, I know it didn't lead to a try, but I think that was my man of the match. It was unreal to see. That was any better than any Burton bomb this year. So great to see something other than just, finding the grass.
Yeah, we'll get to that question later, Jack. Your thoughts on Mitch's performance, Jack?
Oh, mate, it was perfect. Every kick he did was landing inch perfect. Roosters couldn't get anywhere near us in attack because we just kept him in their corner. He was picking his moments to run, picking his moments to pass. That try he did, we got a quick play the ball. He just backed himself, got that fast play the ball. Little grabber through, ran around. Oh, chef's kiss. Can't get any better than it. He's honestly the best rugby league player on the planet at the moment. No one can touch him.
Yeah, 100%. He's killing it when he's on form and not injured, isn't he? Jez, I'll ask you a hypothetical question here. If Dylan Brown's worth $1.4 million a season, what's Mitchell Moses worth to Newcastle?
Oh, to Newcastle, we'd pay triple that without even thinking about it. What a silly question. You know the answer to that.
Yeah, cool. No, I just wanted to check. I thought I'd get you involved and ask you that question.
But they've already got a halfback going there next year.
Yeah, he's playing hooker. Anyway, well, this isn't the night.
It's not a Newcastle podcast. Get back onto Parra.
Yeah, sorry. We're going shade while we can. It's all right. Hayden's team, the Gold Coast Titans, are below you at the moment, so it's okay. All right, let's get on to our defender of the week. Our defender of the week was Riley Smith once again. It's about the 5th time he's taken out. 37 tackles as the top tackles, 95% success rate in 58 minutes. I think that probably impressed me the most about this was Riley took a knock pretty early on. Seemed to be hobbling for quite a while on that clusterfuck of whatever happened there. The referee somehow missed the knock on, and then Hopgood got cleaned out, and then Will actually pushed Billy Smith into Riley, and Riley got cleaned up. And apparently there was no penalties in any of that, but there was a knock on that was missed originally. So lucky there was a knock on because there was about 6 penalties in there, and they all just got ignored. So classic Roosters are in the top 8, and we need to make sure they get there to keep Uncle Nick happy. But we won't talk about referees. We're having a night off bagging referees because Jason isn't here.
Not here.
Your thoughts, Longy, just on his performance there, Riley, and the consistency to keep doing this?
Yeah, he's lethal, mate. Looks very comfortable in first grade. Has done so from the very first game he played this year. So when you think about the fact we came into this year not knowing, well, some of us knew, but not really knowing what Riley Smith was made of. And now we're at this point where we're thinking, yeah, great, our hooker spot is covered. That's a massive win from this season. I'll just shout out too, Junior Paulo as well. And oh my God, who's our other front rower? I'm like,
It was
Jermaine.
Hopgood.
Hopgood. Great game. So physical. I just think through the middle, physically. Forgot Hopgood for a sec there, but he scored that try. Just very physical through the middle. The Roosters had nothing, and they've got a representative forward pack that looked pretty terrible last week.
I think like one of the things I called out last week was we looked at boring in attack, like against South Sydney. Like we looked boring. Look, I had nothing there, and it was just that kick to Lomax. And obviously the kick to Lomax, it worked a couple of times on the weekend, and we still went to it. We're always going to go to it, but our attack just looks so much more organised. And I don't know if that was the fact of Mitch having another session with Joash and obviously Iongi as well being fully fit now as well. But they played really smart. So obviously Mitch was giving early ball to Joash. Dylan Brown, we haven't spoken about Dylan Brown, and Jack's about to get a little bit stiff here, but Dylan Brown, I thought, had a fucking excellent game. Now, if Dylan Brown wasn't versing Robert Tua, or whatever his name is, Robert Toa, is it?
Toya.
How you say his name? Toya. If he was not versing him and he was versing, an average center like a Bradman Best or someone like that.
Dango.
Dango's a fullback at the moment, mate. Anyway, let's say he was versing someone like that in the coming weeks. Mate, we would have been talking about the standout performance that Dylan Brown had. He beat his man first time every time. He's had some very quality opposition in front of him. But let's go back to what I was saying. The early ball to Dylan Brown and then the ability to go at the back as well to Iongi, then to hit Williams, like that Moses try. We hit Jack Williams short. Jack Williams got a quick play the ball, and obviously Moses played off the back of that. Now, for that whole game, we've just been going out the back to Iongi or early ball to Dylan Brown. We saw Jack Williams last week. Obviously, it's a pet play to put Jack Williams through a hole and for then no one to support him. But we finally hit him. I think it was would have been about the 60th minute, wouldn't it, when we scored that try? About 56 minutes or something like that. And we finally went to that front line with Jack Williams, and boom, Mitchell Moses scores off the back of a quick play of the ball because they weren't expecting it. So our defense certainly wasn't boring. We had some set plays, and it was great to see. And look, we got a couple of lucky tries. There's no doubt about that. We got some fucking freakish tries as well, which shows when we throw the ball around how dangerous we're going to be. But something that probably should have happened, a while ago. Jack Kelly's asked the question about 65 times how the Parramatta NRLW girls go. Jack Kelly's Isabella Kelly's brother, so he obviously knows how the NRLW girls went, and we'll get to that soon, Jack. All right, so you can have your moment soon. It's obviously the Roosters girls are a class above and don't have any kind of salary cap because there's no such thing as a salary cap at the Roosters at all because a team is fucking stacked and incredible to watch. It was a great performance by them, but we'll get to that. Let's go through the top performers for this game as well. And I guess what I said earlier is one thing it really did spread out. Like, seeing someone like Jack Williams leading the runs when it's usually Iongi and Lomax shows how dominant we were, in that forward pack. Dylan Brown with 22 runs shows how much ball we got in. Matt Drury really stepped up there as well. Dylan Brown leading the run meters. Fox 148 run meters. And I think he took an intercept where he ran 90 of them. So what that shows, it doesn't mean Fox wasn't getting involved. That comes down to the kick pressure that Riley Smith was putting on Hugo. Hugo Savala, whatever his name is. Is that his name? I'm good with names. I know I'm terrible. But the kick pressure he was putting on him, there was one on Levels Network, and they just literally spoke about the kick pressure he did. He just hassled him all game. He shanked so many kicks went straight to Iongi as well. And what it meant is that Fox essentially was there just to attack and have that energy just to attack when we had those attacking opportunities. So that was great to see. 2 tries to Fox, 2 to Semrani. Semrani really worked hard for those tries, found himself in the right place at the right time. But hey, you got to put yourself there. You got to take those opportunities when they come to you. Moses won and Hopgood at $51, taking out the first try scorer there. So the tackles, Riley Smith leading that, really spread out there as well in tackle breaks. There's about 6 players on 2 tackle breaks. It shows how much we spread the ball around and everyone got an opportunity. It's like under 5 stuff. Everyone got a run. It's great to see. Taylor, your thoughts on who impressed you there? Who stood up for you the most in that top performers?
I don't know. Everyone just stood out so much. It was just such a team effort. Like I can't go past Moses, but he's always on, I reckon. Everyone there, like they just all played so well.
I was hoping you said Dylan Brown because I had a pretty crafty line to say if you said Dylan Brown, but it doesn't matter.
All right, let me restart.
Yeah, let's ask that question.
I think the standout person. Yeah, let's go.
It's Dylan Brown. Yep.
I think this. Yeah, Dylan Brown was definitely my standout player. I was like, whoa, he's so good. Defense, attack, he was on.
Jack, how do you feel about someone loving Dylan Brown more than you? Are you okay?
She's putting it on. It's not the natural love that I have for him, so I can live with it.
Fair. Sorry. That was just fucking terrible scripting, wasn't it? This is, this is Tuesday.
I expected more, to be honest.
Yeah, I had a couple of things I could have said, and I chose not to because it's only 8:37. So I thought we'd stay positive there and not mentioning things about Dylan Brown and stuff, obviously. So let's move on from that. I think that's pretty much it. I know we've got to talk about the leaderboard for the Player of the Year. It's so fucking close, eh? Like Moses took out the 3 points this week. Williams took out the 2, I think, and the one was shit. One of them. Josh Adokar took out the 2. Williams took out the 1. So we've got 16 points for Iongi, Williams, and Jack. Sorry. Fuck.
Jack.
You're on fire today, man.
Yeah, shocking with names.
Iongi, Williams, and Josh Adokar on 16. Lomax on 15. I don't think Moses can win it from here. He'd need to score 3 points consistently to get him to 17 and hope that Iongi, Williams, and Josh Adokar and Lomax don't get any points. So I think it's all over for Moses and Smith. So it looks like we've got a 4-horse race there. Who do you reckon takes it out, Joey?
Isaiah Iongi.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Why's that?
Because you asked. No, I just think he'll have a big 2 games for the rest of the season. That's all. He had a couple of weeks off, and he'll get more involved, and he'll take it out.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Eamon here. I hope Jack Williams takes it out. I really think Williams deserves it. I think he's been our most consistent player throughout the year. He's missed some games. I think all those – that's the funny thing about that. All those players on that list, besides Josh Adokar, we know that, Troy, but they all miss chunks of the season. Yeah, so is the Brendan Smith people. They've gone really quiet, eh? They've just packed their bags and left. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got nothing else to say, really. I'm fucked tonight. I think we just need to move on from this. Can we do that, guys? Let's talk about the NRLW. Jack Kelly will be happy we're finally going to get to the NRLW. Look, it was 12-all at halftime. Never in that game, although it was a great effort by the girls in the first half, never in that game did I think to myself that we were a chance of winning the game. They tried their asses off. They really had a crack, but just the quality of that Roosters team, they bombed a couple of tries in the first half and just seemed to cut us open in the second half. It was an incredible performance. Troy, I know you got there nice and early to watch that one. Your thoughts on it?
Yeah, well, they went down early, 12-0. Showed a lot of guts to get back to 12-all. Abby Church tried, scored a try as well. But then straight after half-time, the Roosters scored a couple of tries, and you thought maybe they could get back, but then the floodgates just opened. And once again, unfortunately, it was just defence that let them down, and the Roosters scored plenty of points. It was always going to be hard to beat them as they were undefeated, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad, but unfortunately it was.
Yeah, no, it certainly got ugly towards the end of the game. That's running to it. Will was like a game of touch football. Jack, your thoughts on the game?
Quickly, can I just cut in and say what Jace would say right now?
Yep.
Yes.
The Roosters are fucking cheats. They're over the cap. They should be investigated. I don't know if there is a salary cap, but they're over the cap. They're cheats, and we should be given all their players.
I just realised because we weren't there. Obviously, we're talking about the game. We need to just go back quickly as well because we didn't do stats with Longy and we didn't do the referee rant because Jason wasn't here. And I actually had something special tonight planned for the referee rant. And it's not a referee rant. Before we go to stats, I actually want to give a rap to a referee. He's gone. Longy doesn't want to hear.
He's had enough.
He's like, he's like, I don't want to fucking hear this referee stuff. Like, don't be positive, but I don't want to give a rap to the referee. I want to give a rap to one of the touchies. I actually had to do some research and find out his name because he actually wasn't on the thing on the what's it called? The appointments for the referees when they do it in the NRL app for a touch judge because he's actually a New South Wales Rugby League referee, which means he was probably brought in by Uncle Nick to make things dodgy, but it didn't happen. But he actually did a fucking
forward pass.
He called everything, bro. He was really involved in the game. Like Daniel Luttringa, Luttringa. Yep, nailed it. His name was. But I remember sitting there and I was talking to my mate who's a Roosters fan next to me. And he was like either way, this guy's involved. He's getting, he's making calls. He's actually doing his job. He was telling the players when to get up. He was telling players where to be defensively. He was actually doing a fucking fantastic job. So it was good to actually see a touch judge involved in the game, not just a touch judge being a guard gnome on the sideline with a flag they don't know how to fucking use. So good job to that bloke. That's probably the most positive thing we said about a referee this year. Let's go into stats with Longy, and I find the video right now.
Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing. So get off your ass, let's do some math. Math, 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 math.
Welcome, lads. Stats of Longy. So I've got 5 people I want to shout out first before we get into the numbers here. Phil Keane, very funny comment. Commented that Summerani had the worst double in history. I'm carrying that as a stat for this week because I'm a bit lazy right now. So let's get that in. We'll shout out Dylan Brown as well. Top run meters for the game with 157. So shout out to him. And shout out to the Roosters back three who held their tears back until they got into the sheds. I could see them holding back tears as Mitch Moses was raining bombs down upon them all game. So good on you, Nawani Tuase, Junior Tupou, and Jimmy Tedesco. Now, in terms of the numbers for this game, completion rate was massive. So we had 85% completions compared to the Roosters' 57%. We actually didn't dominate when it comes to tackle breaks, run meters, post-contact meters. So it was a pretty even battle there in line breaks as well. Where we did dominate was the errors there. And I think a lot of these errors were forced. Now, look, the Roosters weren't at their best, right? But 22 errors, I think about 7 of those were off kicks that we put up, and pressure we were putting on kicks there as well. So we really dominated in that regard. Now, Jace probably hasn't joined tonight because we won the penalty count and we didn't cop any ruck infringements. So he can probably count that out. But he might have been mad about Angus Crichton not getting a sin bin there. In terms of other stats, really for this one, I just want to shout out the attack in this game. So we've talked about the attack not being boring this week. The Roosters have conceded in the month of August 4 points in a 20-4 win against Manly, 12 points in a 64-12 win against the Dolphins, and 12 points in a 32-12 win against the Bulldogs. So 3 wins in a row where they comprehensively dominated teams, average of 9 points conceded, and we put 30 on them. So this isn't some scrub team that we're up against. It's a strong Roosters side in red hot form, playing for a final spot. And what do? We sent them home and we said, hey, you're not worthy of finals. Get the fuck out of here.
And they're still going to play finals. We sent them home, most likely, but that's good. Yeah, we still proved a point. And like I said, we've been consistently good against those top teams in the last few weeks, which shows the good footy we have been playing. So thank you for that, Longy. We'll move back on to that NRLW now, and we'll talk about their next game as well. Their next game is this Sunday at 6:15 against the Gold Coast Titans up there in the Gold Coast. Look, there's no changes to the team. There's one change on the bench. Jessica Kenny comes in the 23 jersey. The rest of the team is exactly the same. It's just been a rough 2 weeks for the girls. The season's still very much is there for them. They're for and against, obviously taking a big hit in the last couple of weeks, getting a couple of big smashings there, but they're only literally 1 point out of 6th spot. So they beat the Gold Coast this week. They jumped the Gold Coast into 6th spot, depending on what happens in the Warriors game. The Warriors play St. George at Jubilee Oval, and St. George is sitting just below Parramatta as well. So it's fate's still in their own hands, essentially. Unless the Warriors win both games, the fate is not in their own hands. There's still 3 games to go. The week after, they play Canterbury in the last game, and in round 10, they play the Tigers, who haven't won a game. So the ladies can certainly put themselves into a good position and still play some finals footy at the back end of the year. So obviously hope they do that. Still got some good young girls coming through, but I think some of those injuries are going to be too hard to overcome for sure. But nice close game for you there on the weekend if he's looking to go. Jack or Taylor, nice and close in the Gold Coast. I don't even know where the fuck he's live, but I know somewhere.
I'm about 2.5 hours away, so we'll see how we go.
That's in Queensland.
Yeah.
Oh, where's your passion? Where's your commitment, Jack? You should be watching the NRLW.
Yeah, Helen's going to be mad, mate.
You'll get called out.
Don't start with me, mate.
Don't put you two into a riff-off and see who's got the better teenage youth there. But anyway, a riff-off.
But honestly,
they're going to have a skate-off, mate.
that?
A bit of Tony Hawk Pro Skater competition, right?
What a soundtrack. There's no point in any more of the NRL games, though. It's going to be Roosters Broncos. And it's going to be like that for a very long time, especially if Jesse Southwell goes to the Broncos. Like, it's just going to be ridiculous. Someone's got to step in.
Is it a case of they bought obviously they bought these extra teams in? Is it a case of that? Like, I know these 2 teams obviously are dominating the competition. And it was pretty obvious to pick at the start that Brisbane would play the Roosters in the grand final. I said on our previous show. There's a case that they've bought too many teams in there, and I guess it's I wouldn't say stretching the talent, but it's making it harder. Like I guess knowing that those teams are going to dominate, it's the same as the Knights as well. You won't take the risk on going to one of those new teams knowing you're probably going to get dominated by one of the top squads. What's your thoughts on that, Hayden? Been very quiet for a while.
I haven't watched too much NRLW this year, but it just does seem to be the usual suspects. I watched the Roosters and Sharks game last year in the grand final, and I've tuned in a bit. But obviously, we spoke about at the start of the year how often the changing squad factor, which I guess you said a little bit in the NRL, but you said a lot more in the NRLW and those shorter contracts. So maybe some funding and things like that, not just from our club, but from all clubs, need to be looked at so that future players can sort of be maintained and a bit more consistency rather than just those teams like your Knights, your Broncos and Roosters that have been, dominating the NRLW for years.
I have a quick question for you guys and anyone who does know, because the salary cap in NRLW, it's a bit lower. I think it's $1 million for a team or something like that.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, it's a bit lower, right? So is it the case that the Roosters and the Broncos third-party deals and endorsements and all that dodgy stuff they do in the NRL is just proportionally much bigger compared to an NRLW contract? Like, is that what's happening there? Or genuine question, by the way, I don't know exactly what's going on.
According to Jack Kelly, it's culture. And by culture, he means brown paper bags. But, that's the culture. The culture is, what can you find with your coffee? This isn't banana bread. This is cash. But, and by that, I mean, obviously, your caramel latte on skim milk decaf with an extra shot of Eagle. But,
third parties are legal, right? So is it that they're legally using third parties and it's just
I don't know if
to the salary cap more?
Or are they lining them up jobs outside? Because a lot of them still work. So if they're getting them good jobs.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know what the.
Why aren't we doing that?
Well,
Parramatta's huge. It's the second CBD. Come on.
I kind of criticized Parramatta a couple of years ago, like after we made that grand final for the NRLW development and letting all those players go. And we went through that season where we didn't win a game, but I know they've put a real effort into backing the youth and backing the younger systems come through, and obviously winning the Lisa Fiola and winning the Tasha Gale. The girls are going to take that step into obviously the Harvey Norman competition. Some have this year, some have stepped straight into NRLW. It will come. It will come eventually, and I think that's what we want to back. We want to be that team that obviously develops the players. It's a new competition, and where it's still essentially a new team when you look at it. So I guess when the NRL first started, and it was a long fucking time ago when rugby league started, but teams were known for growing their talent. So I think that's kind of what we've gone with. So yes, the Roosters and the Broncos are going to be strong for quite a while, but what kind of, resource are they putting into, I guess, ensuring that they're going to be strong for the next 10 years besides money? Because I guess when everyone comes on an even playing field and you're bringing those players through and everyone's got the same amount of money, and the women's game is going to continue to grow, I guess, it should level itself out then, if that makes sense. No one's disagreeing with me, so it must make sense. Either I'm fucking confused.
Salary cap's 1.25 million, and then 1.386 million, and then 1.5 million.
Can every team afford to spend that salary cap though? There's the other thing. There's been some situations across other sports where teams haven't been able to, I guess, spend that whole salary cap and then put a squad together of what they can. Like, I'm looking to the Parramatta team. Yeah, we've got Kennedy Charrington, we've got Rory Owen as well, who've obviously played Origin, as Mahalia Murphy as well. Playing Origin, they obviously be your top tier players there as well. But we've got some young players. I severely doubt they're going to be on that top tier money. So I think we'd be significantly under that salary cap. I think there'd be other clubs in the same situation as the Roosters and the Broncos. We're not saying they'd be over the salary cap because you've got to have a salary cap to be over it. But anyway, it's probably something we could talk about. I think we should actually have a conversation about that when we get towards that NRLW finals as well, and kind of look into that a little bit more and prep for next year as well. But moving on from that, bit of news for the week. What have we got? Have we got any news for the week? There hasn't been a lot of news. We're just going to bring up this photo. Jez, I'll bring up this photo. Just going to ask Troy a quick conversation here. Quick question about this.
Here we go.
Now, Troy, what are you doing? Why are you so far away? Like, did he not want to be near you? Have you been sending hang on. Stop,
I was standing.
Shh. Hush, little boy. Yeah, but have you been like, is Jared scared of you because been asking him to come to the cave all the time? Look at even Fleety Mateo's behind there in the background sussing you out, looking like, what's this guy? I've seen this guy stalking my house. Like, what's doing, Troy?
Just look at the green line test too. Jared's leaning away.
I was standing there by myself on my lonesome, and then you guys came up and wanted a photo. So I was already standing there. So you guys came up to me. So I don't know. You guys are far away from me.
When I actually found you on the field, Troy, you look like you had, and you weren't drunk, but you look like you had no idea how you got on the field. You look like that old confused guy that escaped. It's like, oh mate, let's take you back to your room.
I was looking for the big tackle off between you and Andrew. I didn't know where it was happening, so I was trying to look for that one. So
unfortunately, I couldn't upload that video tonight to show, but I'm glad Andrew's doing well from his hospital bed. Because you know he speaks a lot of shit, Andrew. And I did set him up a little bit. I said, look, mate, I'll get you up on the ribs and I'll just drag you back a bit. I won't put you on the ground. And I only got halfway through what I was planning on doing with him because that ground was so slippery. I was trying to kick conversions in RMs, may I add. And
You're wearing RMs. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I know.
He missed every single one of them. Wasn't even close.
The podcast must be paying well if you can afford RMs. Jesus.
Yeah, wow.
Reach out.
Are they uniform, Adam?
No, actually, yeah. So the missus bought them for me because she was sick of me having shit boots, as she quoted. So she bought me some RMs for my birthday. So I'm very lucky there. But yeah, thank you. So I've still got a missus and I still turn up, Jason. But anyway.
Yeah, you should tell him that at your next Trent Merrin meeting.
Yeah, next I will. Anyway, yeah. So I was getting every single one on target when I had Troy. That's falling under because I just couldn't get the power with the slipping. But I guess what I want to say is I'm never going to fucking bag out a kicker again on that field because that field was so slip. I know they're wearing boots, but even with boots, it's like a fucking slip and slide out there. It'd be so hard. But anyway, Andrew looked like he slipped before you tackled him. Yeah, he was going down. It was 100% going down. He's lucky I didn't go high on him like last year. I would have knocked him out because last year I went straight for the head. I went straight for the head this year and he slipped. It would have been the classic Tedesco moment. So, you shut this bloke up. Fucking, I'll break back Mountain Cowboy when you see him rock up in his cowboy gear. It's the funniest thing ever. He goes from being a punk rocker to a cowboy pretty quickly when he's working on the farm. So, all right, let's get back to it. You never say it's over, mate. It's not over till it's over. I've got a couple of charity matches left in me for sure, especially if I get to tackle Hayden. This isn't Adam fucking Martin podcast. Can you stop asking me questions? Let's move on.
Save it till the end.
Yeah. Look, let's talk about this because it's something I need to address. And it's not Jason and my disappointment in him. I think I've made that pretty obvious. But what I do need to address is, I guess last week we obviously gave our opinion on the Josh Pupley situation. I was pretty passionate about it. Obviously, I put a post up as well. I think some people took offense to it and thought they were targeted. Look, we give our opinions. We all give our opinions. And I guess one thing about this podcast is we've always been very welcoming of everyone besides Peter having their opinion. And even Peter, we let him have his opinion over and over again until he just fucking kept saying the same thing. We want you to have your opinion. We don't have to agree with it. We'll rebuttal. We'll come back and we'll say something. But it's not us having a personal fucking attack at you. Nothing we ever say, unless your name is Troy Warner, is directed at you as an attack. Okay? It's quite simply us just, giving our opinion and trying to have a conversation with you. So you can't take stuff directly, I guess, because you comment something. That's not what Shelley says. We turn around and you can't take it as that. You can't take it as directed at you. So one thing I do want to say, just on Joe Ash as well, you saw him say it as well in the Parramatta video. He rose above that hate. And obviously he was copying online. I had some conversations with him there as well, and he certainly did. Let's just show his funny moment because what this video at the start was starting to go pretty nuts. It's just the hype this team has. It shows how close this team is at the moment. It's fucking hilarious.
And I will always love you. Will always love you. You, my darling, you.
What else was fucking doing? I said, what's fucking doing? I was just a bit tired. Yeah, okay. There's some definite love going around Parramatta, but I guess it shows you how close that team is at the moment. The vibe it's getting around, it's obviously wonderful signs for next year.
What did he say? He was catching his breath.
Catching his breath. Yeah, catching his breath.
I will say, I think that's what Jace is doing right now as well. So
Catching his breath.
Is that what the young folk are calling it these days?
You would know, Troy. You got your hat backwards, bro.
Just went down that wormhole pretty quickly, just like Jason. Anyway, so let's move on to this week's game. Obviously in New Zealand, and well, me and Jason are meant to be coming for you. So hopefully he's got some left. But me and Jason are coming for you this. He flies over Thursday. I fly over Friday. We found a pub. Found about 65 different pubs actually. Kiwi people, obviously, they say pub culture isn't the same in New Zealand, but as soon as we said we need a pub, everyone sent us a different fucking pub. Every pub is a 3-kilometer walk from the ground because it's in the middle of an industrial area. If anyone's ever been to Go Media Stadium, apparently it's an absolute shithole, but I've got a couple of options. We'll post that in the next couple of days or probably tomorrow actually and get it done. So if anyone's going to join us, obviously great. Talking Parra will be doing its usual shout and Jason will be fined 20 drinks for his no-show tonight. So it'll be Jason's shout for the first 20. I think, does everyone agree with that? Is that fair?
Do they have QR codes in
right.
New Zealand?
Do they have QR codes in New Zealand? I have no idea. I have no idea. Anyway, let's get back to that game anyway, as I said. So, look, first of all, it is Fox's 200th game. So, congrats to Fox for reaching that milestone. I actually had a feeling that Parramatta were going to rest him this game and play him at home. But obviously, with Mitchell Moses coming out and addressing the media, it's his 200th game. That's obviously not going to happen. So, looking forward to being there to celebrate that one for his 200th game and hopefully plenty more for Parramatta. Love what he's done for this club so far, both on and off the field. So I'll run through the team list. First of all, the team list for this Friday's game. Well, there's no changes. There's no changes. That's great. We don't have to go through it. There's no speculation if Lomax will play this week, so I don't have to reply to 700 messages about that. I think everything's looking pretty good. I can't see there being any changes. Sean Russell obviously returns there. A little bit earlier than expected, a chance to play, but I don't think it'll happen. I don't think they'll pull Dylan Brown last minute, especially not in New Zealand, given the fact it's where he's from. The extended bench, most of them are named in Cup this week with Cup a big chance, obviously, going on to finish second this year. So your thoughts on the team, I guess, Longy, but it's the same team as last week. But your thoughts on the team?
It's a bloody good team. It's the kind of team that would beat any team in the top 8 and has done so recently. So I don't have heaps to say. Dylan Brown versus Sean Russell is interesting. I think if Russell's anything less than 99%, keep Dylan Brown going. And it's a nice little farewell for Jack, personally. See him play the last 2 games here.
I'm going to fucking laugh if this is his last game and he gets chopped for the Newcastle game. It's going to be hysterical, isn't it, Jack?
I won't come.
You might not know.
You might not know. It might be a last minute thing. An hour before, you're in the field club, mate. You'll be well on your way.
I am a Parramatta fan first and a Dylan Brown fan second, but I would be very disappointed if he got pulled.
It's not what your leg says.
Who are you again?
Unless you're the one doing it.
Oh, Troy, that's too far, mate. You can't say stuff like that. We've reached our limit of inappropriate jokes tonight, and you had to take it that one step too far. So,
well.
Yeah, less Troy.
Well.
These teenagers these days, eh? They just don't know how to do it. But anyway,
No
look,
respect.
we've actually flown through this podcast. It's actually been a really quick podcast. So
Because
let's
Jason hasn't spent 25 minutes bitching about the refs.
That's true. How good is this when we do a quick one? Let's get to the charity multi this week. And Taylor, you've had a crack at the charity multi. Can you talk us through your thoughts here and why you were brave enough to back us 1-12 after it completely fucked us last week?
Yeah, so I actually did a full-on study set for this because I had to go hard. First multi I'm putting on in the Talk and Parra pods, had to fully study this. So I've got notes. Is everyone ready?
Yep, we're ready.
Is your internet
in the last 5 games, the Warriors have a point on their left edge. So my thought process is that they're obviously going to fix up that edge in this game. But Zach is going to go over with a Moses kick, and Zach is going to get tackled by DWZ. and then he's going to offload to Panasini, and then Panasini's going to go over.
Hang on. So you've gone and done some statistical work and then gone against the statistics because you think it will happen.
Yeah, because you got to think in the ref's head. The ref is going to think, we need to work on this edge now. But then Parramatta's going to have a different game plan. The coach.
Yeah, the coach. Yeah.
Or the refs, if you're Jason.
Yeah, see? Good point.
And what about the 1 to 12? You got a feeling, or?
I just Parra all the way. And I think if they have the same performance they had against the Roosters, we're winning.
Yeah, but win by fucking 20
If we have the same performance as the Roosters, we'll win by less.
No, the Wars are grindy. They're grindy. I'm with Taylor on this. They're grindy as. They keep teams nice and low.
And at home too. I think it'll be a bit closer.
Okay, we'll take it.
Exactly. That's my thought process as well.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
Very logical.
All right. Thoughts? Let's hope we get up. We've only got 1 week to go, and Troy will get a crack if you don't win, Taylor. Taylor, if you win that multi, means Troy never gets to go. So it means we don't have to listen to Troy trying to explain his reasons for betting, which will be.
Then you'd load up on the Knights game. Golly gosh.
What? Yeah. Yeah. Whoever's doing that last one, I want to be 6 try scorers the whole back line. Yeah. Let's just go big. Let's go very big. We'll reach that maximum amount you can win off Sportsbet, hopefully. So
we should do 1 try each for the last one.
Then Troy doesn't get a go.
Oh, well, Troy Bick's a try scorer.
You'll go, Hayden. You got 3 fucking goes. Now Troy wants to go and you want to cut him out.
Yeah. Bugger off.
Wow.
Get good, Troy.
Wow, fucking Queenslanders. Anyway,
good. I haven't even
didn't
had a
tip
crack
Parra
yet.
last week.
Anyway, it's very rare we have you this longy, but do you want to stick around and do the bowl predictions? Because you never get to do your bowl predictions.
No, I'm here this week. So I pre-recorded fantasy stuff before. So I'm here as long as you want. Probably not as long as...
Go on.
Yeah, anyway. Go on.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, we're still waiting for Jason's. I don't know how long he's going. But anyway, bowl predictions this week. Let's get to it straight away. And then we'll draw that win and then we'll get our final questions in for the $50 voucher. So let you go first, Longy. I want to score, first try score, and a bowl prediction.
Score, I'll take us pretty close one, 20-12. Try scorer, I'm going to give it to... I'm going to take a bold one. I'm going to go Talon De Silva to grab one off the bench and show that running game this week. And bold prediction.
Was that your first try score off the bench?
Oh, wait, it's the first one. I haven't done one of these in a while, man. All right, I'll take it off Talon De Silva. I was doing a try scorer. All right, first try scorer, I'll go Jack Williams. I think he crashes over. He's been looking good. And bold prediction, I'm going to go Talon De Silva, 2 line breaks, 1 try.
Yeah. I'm going to go next because Longy just actually stole my first try scorer in Jack Williams, which is really concerning me, but it's all right. It happens. I want to go Parramatta by 14, but I've got to back him by 1 to 12 because if not, I'm going against Taylor and she put so much thought into it. I don't want to do that to her. So I'm going to say Parramatta will win this game 23-16.
Ooh.
My first try scorer was going to be Jack Williams, but I'm going to go my first try scorer as, I reckon, Dylan Brown against the Warriors over in New Zealand. Could have got the first one the other week. My bold prediction is for Jack Williams to score a double. I think we've been teeing up to play him short on those short balls close to the line the last couple of weeks. I think it's time it happens. So, all right, there you go next, Taylor, so you can save yourself with your multi and, obviously give your bold prediction around that.
All right, I reckon... score is going to be 12-20 Parramatta, and then first try score is going to be Will Panasini, and then my bold prediction, which is nothing to do with my multi, but I reckon Fox is going to get a double on his 2 games.
Yep. So you've picked all 4 try scorers then because you got Fox for a double. Who was your first try scorer? Will Panasini, and you got Zach. Okay. Yep. Just calculating your multi into it. Don't worry. All right, let's pick on Taylor week. We never pick on Taylor. She feels like part of the furniture now. We can start to give her a little bit. So, Hayden, what do you got?
I feel like it's a bit of a danger game over there in New Zealand, but the Wars haven't been their best, and it was a good performance last week. So I'm going to go the Eels here. I think it's a bit of a surprise. A couple of weeks ago, I definitely wouldn't have.
Hey.
I'm going to go. It's going to be close.
Pete Milk's got to his head.
I think Longy highlighted it really well that the Warriors sort of grind you down. So I'm going to go Parramatta to win 20-16. First try scorer, it's going to be "And I Will Always Love You." Joash Papali'i is going to cross first this one. And Will Penasini, he's going to get a double. That multi's coming in, and Will Penasini's not only getting one, he's getting two.
Fair. Can I drop a request in here for Adam too? Can we pop some of the YouTube comments up as well?
Yeah, that's
I
Chaz.
saw Ben said
Yeah,
we're not
gonna-
reading the YouTubes, so let's give them a bit of love. I think we don't have as many followers on YouTube, so we got to really foster them.
Yeah, sorry.
I write down during this part, so this is where the comments don't get highlighted.
Sorry.
So-
Yeah,
Well,
look,
sorry, Ben
let's
and
bring it up.
Tigsy.
Multi gets up. Let's buy a cheese. There you go. Dylan
There we
Walker
go.
Cup. They don't read YouTube. There we go. And yeah, they do. See, yeah, we do.
Tigsy knows. Tigsy knows.
There you go. That's the whole YouTube comment so far. And Andrew Backhouse.
Keep them coming.
We put Andrew Backhouses up before, so you know.
Yeah. Jeez.
From his hospital
That's why they
bed.
nip it in the bud. Yeah, there's only a few of them. Rumors spread fast.
Jack, what do you got?
Alrighty, I'm gonna go Parramatta 25-12.
Well, that's 13.
Just outside, and why not? If my multi can't win, no one's multi can win. I'm gonna go first try scorer. I'm gonna go the Fox. I'm gonna go my bold prediction that all 4 of our tries come on the left edge, and that field goal gets kicked on the last play of the game.
That's too
Just
much
to
for
rub them
Jez to
a little
ride.
I got it. I got it.
Have some faith in him, Troy. My goodness gracious me.
I have punted from Facebook.
God, the bag
And
with
we
hat
don't know
rivalry
what
is
his name is.
fun.
We haven't blocked anyone, Ben, but Peter.
He's,
So unless
the
you're
D,
Peter,
he's definitely the D's nuts guy. Or
yeah, but he
whatever.
wasn't punted. He was just removed from
Oh,
commenting.
Mike Oxlong. That's it. You're Mike Oxlong.
Oh, it's a good
Cheeky
Yeah.
bugger.
Yeah, but
Mike
Hayden.
Fox Long. Thank you,
Yeah.
Hayden.
he was only punted for one episode. That he was not. You should be good for the rest of the time. Let us know if not. Messages on Facebook. Oh, that's right. He can't. Messages us on Instagram.
But also, if you're the bloke in there saying horrible things about the women's game, then you got punted for a reason. So cop it on the
true,
chin.
Yeah, that's what
We have no sympathy for you.
Yeah. Speaking of
That's
people who have no sympathy, people who have no sympathy. Troy, what's your bold prediction? Any score and everything?
Yeah, I'm going to go 24-22. I'm going to say Junior Paolo first try scorer, and that will be my bold prediction.
No.
That he will be the first try scorer. Nah, okay. All right.
No,
Eh?
I'm not allowing it
Why not?
because it's not bold
Be
enough.
better.
Well, I did win the bold predictions last week, but anyway,
Look at this cool
All
dude
right.
with his arm over the chair and his
Next Justin Bieber.
a bold prediction: Riley Smith 2 charge downs.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll
Is
take that.
Ryan Saward, is he called? Am I Josh in this comment? Stuff you, Josh. Tay Better's hitting. Am I Josh in this scenario?
Yeah, Josh got that.
Thank you,
Suck it, Josh.
Yeah.
I've never been called Josh before. Thank you, Ryan. Learn something new every day. Thanks. Forgot my
Maybe
name
he's
was Josh.
reading your little.
I think he's
description there.
reading the Joash thing and thinking,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Well, if he's reading it. He's still saying it wrong.
All right, Jez.
All right.
What do you got? What do you got, Jez? Take us out.
Based off last week and that energy, if they do that again, Parramatta's going to win. And I'll try and stick with the moldy. I like the 20-12 scoreline just for you guys. First try scorer, I'm actually going to go Moses. I think he's going to throw a hell of a dummy and just go through the line. Some Origin-esque play would be nice. And my bold prediction, I love a conversion.
We
They're
know.
all going to be converted. Does that make sense? Would that work?
Well, it would.
I
Yeah.
think kick a penalty goal.
Means we're taking a penalty goal,
Yeah.
or we're taking
100% conversion rate.
four penalty goals. But then the multi won't get
2-point
up.
field goal.
Anything. Anyway, let's get to drawing this winner here of the prize. Just double check how many comments there are that starred. 24 comments starred and 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So it's 20 starred. You can't win, you jerk. It's only 19.
I didn't enter this time.
That was Michael.
Oh,
Classic
okay.
kids.
I
Maybe
deleted
he can
him.
win next week. Last week of the podcast, he wins. He wins.
It's not the last week. Next week we've got our very special episode. The last week, remember? Very special.
Yeah, unfortunately, Troy will only be here for 5 minutes that night.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
All right, number 6. So number 6 is the winner. Just let me get back up.
Really? Jeez, you're really at me tonight, Aiden.
Andrew Brown.
Hang on.
But Troy, I love you, mate.
Yep. Okay, so
Thanks, Longy.
Andrew Brown, you are the winner. You have 30 seconds to enter from now. Here's Troy with Flame Trees.
I'm going to sing a song for Troy because I think this is what he should do for his next karaoke. I wish that I could be like the cool kids.
Don't worry.
Thank you
I
for
have the
muting him.
controls.
Andrew, are you
Flame
there?
Trees by Troy. Let's go.
I was about to say, there we go.
He's
He's here.
here. There you go.
He's here in 27 seconds because, 27 is less than 30 for those who don't know. And I got his name right. Andrew, message the page and we'll organise that for you to get those official vouchers to you. How good's that? See? How good are we? We're fucking great. We love giving shit away.
And you pronounced his name right too, so well done.
Well, he's got a fucking normal name. Anyway, let's let's get let's get to
Can't wait for Cody to win.
who?
Cody, check the comments.
Yeah, I'm not even saying Cody's last name.
Cody Brent.
Hey, go on. Give it a go.
Hang on.
Hang on.
All right. If anyone can get this, I've got to go back to the live comments. Cody, comment something again. Where are you?
Yeah, I've got
Cody Shimakaskuk.
Perfect.
All right, jump in the comments. Tell me if you got it right.
Cody, can you send us like a voice clip on Messenger of how you say your last name? Shizumakazuk. I reckon it's
I'm
Kazuk.
going to say Sakazik.
What?
Sakazik.
Cheryl's trying to bring us back on track here.
Yeah, big yes to this. Did you see him slot that first one he took?
Yeah, then he missed the next one.
Yeah, he missed the next one.
I only remember the good one. All right.
Yeah,
I'm not judging it. Let's get some of these ones to start, then we'll get to some of those ones. So, when is the Hain plane making the debut appearance on the podcast? Look, we have spoken to Jared about this, and it's something that is in the works. Jared just needs a little bit more time at the moment before he's ready to obviously get out and do some media stuff. So, obviously had that lined up for quite a while, and it's something we're hopeful to deliver either in the off season or early next year. But fully respect Jared's decision there. But he is keen to chat with us, so see how we go. Sam Roney, worst double in history. Fantastic. Yeah. Great stat there, Longy. That was one of your better ones.
Yeah, I just starred that one for Longy.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get rid of them ones. Question for the later. I've been waiting for this question, and I've received it about 84 times already in the messenger. If O'Brien getting the boot, if Dylan would get the get out clause, would you keep him? And if so, where would you play him? First of all, there isn't a get out clause in his contract. But with a change of coach and a 10-year deal, you'd have to think sometime in the future Dylan Brown will leave Newcastle after their 4th consecutive wooden spoon. But I wouldn't. Like, really, it's not going to happen. Like, for $1.4 million, well, I'm Dylan Brown. I'm going there no matter fucking what and last in 3 or 4 years. Even if I last 2 years, I'm going to end up in rugby 360 if it takes off the ground. I'm going to earn the money over there. Like, I'll ask you, Troy. Troy, you work for Woolworths, right?
Yep.
If Cole's
Thanks for that.
Cole's offered you, Woolworths up where, Troy, if anyone wants to pop in and see him.
Sydney metro area.
Yeah. Troy, so if someone offered you $160,000 to work for Coles, right? And then, something happened and Coles decided that you decided you didn't want to work at Coles anymore, would you stay at Woolworths for 80 grand?
No, I'd take the money, to be honest.
Yeah. That's what I mean. See, fucking no loyalty to Woolworths. I knew it. I knew you'd be that guy that would shop at Coles even though you work at Woolworths.
Hey, I've been there 17 years, so there's plenty of loyalty.
Oh, that's fair, actually. That's fair.
Mention the podcast, and you'll slip something in your bag as an extra.
Not a product.
Mention Brendan Smith and you get double. So, all right. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be keeping Dylan Brown. I think he's made his decision there, and I think we have some good young players coming through. I'd much rather that salary cap go towards. I certainly don't want him playing 5'8", but if we were to keep him somehow, send us, but it's not happening. But good question. Is Moses a Lama skulking? We'll touch that. Who knows? Do you guys know what happened to Volkman not playing Cup and not on the injured list? Does anyone know what happened to Volkman? Because I have no idea. He appears to be fine in any videos I've seen. Maybe he's just having a rest. I know Hawkins had a little niggle, and Hawkins has dropped back to Cup this week. And obviously, Lorenzo's there as well, playing 5'8" in Cup this week. But I honestly can't give you an answer as to what's happened to Volkman. He's been playing quite good football. So I know Richard Penasini's got an injury. He's done for the season. He's done a grade 2 MCL. So I'll see him out for the season. He can't have any luck from that New South Wales Cup team, but I really can't give you any more, unfortunately, on that one. So I'd like to, but I can't. So
stay tuned to the page, and I'm sure you'll get the information. And
I'll find out for you. Yeah, I'll find out for you. I know someone will be able to tell me. So any more questions? Is Brad Arthur Newey happening? Apparently not. Apparently he's happy to stay at Leeds. Where else are we? You got any other questions, Jez? Is that it? Who's your buy of the year? This is it. Everyone answers this question, then we're done. Who's everyone's buy of the year? Taylor, you first.
Dylan Walker.
Yep. Love it. Hayden?
Dylan Walker. Are we only talking about our team, though? Or...
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, hang on, your team. Which one? Which one of your teams?
Have the Titans bought anyone, or
No.
Talking about Parramatta, not your team.
Jack Cogger.
yeah.
No, Walker, hands down. He's been phenomenal for you guys.
Yep. Fair. Jack?
Jack?
No, not Jack.
One of those new kid poses. Troy, what's that pose mean?
Mate, I don't know. I think it's a bit like the Karate Kid move or something. I don't know. So,
Yeah, Longy will go to you.
yeah,
I'll give Jack a
Buy of the year.
I'll
Oh.
see you. Yeah.
Oh, gross. Look, honorable mention to Kit Kat. He's pretty good.
That wasn't planned,
I'm gonna say
was it?
Jack Williams. I think Jack Williams has brought a lot of intensity. He's played a bunch of different positions for us, and I think as we go along, he's just going to show more and more value.
Yeah, I think Jack Williams as well. And exactly what you said. He took the words right out of my mouth, and that wasn't why you were kissing me.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry?
You can talk about
Sorry?
Ado Carr. He deserves a shout.
Yeah,
Well,
they all do.
look, I'm going to say the same person as that person who always gives it to me, good old Nige, Isaiah Oyongi. He'd only played 1 or 2 games at Penrith, and he was coming into fullback, and after Clint Gutherson, and yeah, he's right up there as the leaderboard on the Player of the Year. So I think Isaiah.
Great shout.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good for me. Remember when everyone wanted to fucking sign Brendan Smith? Like, remember when every fan was like, we need to sign Brendan Smith. He'll be great for us. And up and all, this club, this recruitment, they've got no idea. We need to sign Brendan Smith. I was like, we're not interested in him. I put up a post saying we're not interested in him. And everyone's like, it's dumb. We need to sign Brendan Smith. You know, get my name right. We need to sign Brendan Smith. But we didn't. And we made a fucking great choice because Brendan Smith has proven once again that he is as dumb as dog shit and gets himself involved in dumb shit. Fuck, our lawyer is not right. We need to be careful what we say.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, he's got there. Nige Brown wants to know if there's any signing whispers. Yep, Nige, I'm going to tell you a massive signing the club hasn't announced yet. Hope you got that. You want to whisper? You want to whisper? I gave him a fucking whisper.
Is there actually a massive signing? Please.
No.
You have so much salary cap, surely.
What? Computer decided they were sick of you guys, so decided to boot me. Yeah. I think Jason might have just rocked up to his house. So we found Jason, guys.
It's in Queensland.
In Queensland. No, look, everyone's saying any signings. Any tips from Brendan for the weekend?
He's not starting.
He's got the bye. So, I think Penrith are resting some players. How that got out yesterday? Hey, did everyone hear about that? Penrith went from like all of a sudden it was a neck and neck game, then they were $2.30. Now they're $6. So So you could have got the Bulldogs at $1.90. Now they're like $1.14. So could have really loaded up on that with our charity multi. We probably would have picked 1 to 12 and they would have won 13 plus. But it still hurts. It still hurts. Everyone's talking about the money, obviously, we've got next year, and a couple of people said there, like, any big signings and stuff. Though, like, there's not much available. Like, when you look at it, what's available for next year, there isn't a lot. I think come November 30, when people become available for 2027, that's when we're going to look to sign someone and try and get them early. Because there is a club close to us with a general manager that doesn't meet a lot of people, and they're under some severe cap pressure, and it hasn't come out yet. But when it does come out, they'll be looking to offload some players. So when that happens, I think we're going to be there ready to pick up one of those players pretty easily. So let's hope that happens, obviously. That's pretty much it. $8. So you got $8. Dogs are $1.08. So that would have been crazy, mate. Seriously, I wish I knew Brendan Smith. He would have told me that, but unfortunately I don't. So, all right, that's it. Thanks, everyone who hung around. Longy, thanks for putting in a full shift, mate. It's rare. I guess someone had to step up with Jason only putting in a 30-second shift. But Jez, thanks for stepping up in Jason's, thing. Troy, thanks for being young and cool. Hayden, thanks for turning up. And Taylor, thanks for that multi-explanation. I'm going to sleep well knowing that tonight. So, look, once again, we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget we are heading to New Zealand, me and Jason, hopefully. So if we are there, well, I'm definitely going to be there. We'll put the pub up, look to catch up with as many Parramatta fans as we can. Like I said, it's meant to be the first 10 drinks. I'm going to make it fucking 20 drinks now because of Jason. I'm going to make him pay for half of them. So we'll shout the first 20 drinks of people we see. If you can come up and give me a Troy teenager impersonation, I'll even buy you spirits. Okay, so there you go. Anyone can do that, get spirits. That's it. Thanks, guys. And see you next Tuesday. Oh, thanks to Instagram too for joining us. Good night.